Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to introduce myself. My name is Novia class semester 3B1 from Education English. I want to speak about Kristen Bell. Hello, good morning, class of 2019. Thank you so much for having me. It is an incredible honor to stand here before you today. Thank you to the faculty, to the guests, to the families, and to all the Gerges students among us who are beyond the shadow of a doubt, nursing, ragging, hangover, and praying that this Disney princess keep the let it go metaphor it to a minimum. So I got you. I want to start today by sharing a secret about myself that you might not know. I did not graduate from college. Dean isn't a full flop switch thinking, oh my god, nobody double check it. I had a feeling when I saw her outfit because no one with a respectable degree would wear hope of that size. Right here in here, but that led me to another thing about me, which is I'm nice, and as it's true not when you are nice, people tend to overlook a lot. In some cases, this could include experience, credential, not having your driver's license at airport security, and yes, that's true story twice. And you might say, Kristen, no, that's not a result to being nice. That's the result and the privilege of being a recognizable person. And okay, that might be true, but I will counter with my husband, who is also highly recognizable and doesn't get away with anything. Literally 10 out of 10 times he is getting a patron at TSA, and that's because he just not as nice as me. Don't get me wrong, I love him. He is brilliant, he is hilarious, he's literally my favorite person, but he's even nice person. I don't know, guys, I just don't know. And I tell you this at the risk of divorce because I can after you the trick of how to while your shining diploma to ensure success. I can tell you the answer to the egg or actual dilemma. Should I move to New York? Should I stay in LA? And for goodness sakes, I cannot tell you what Magna Carta is or what is it even does. I literally don't know. I don't have to answer any of those questions. And let me tell you a secret, nobody has the answer to those questions. My sole trick to share with you is when you really listen to people, when you listen fiercely as you want to be heard, when you respect the idea that you are sharing the earth with other human, when you lead with your nice foot forward, you win every time. It might not not be today. It might not be tomorrow, but it's come back to you when you need it. We we live in a age of instant gratification, of immediate likes, and it is uncomfortable to have to wait to see the dividends of your kindness. But I promise you, it will appear exactly when you need it. It will appear at the precise moment when you pass gas in elevator and everyone blames your husband instead of you. That is when two boomerang of kindness hits you back. It's also a very true story. Numerous times over, true. If would be fair if I just wake on about kindness and I didn't also include it in fight table downside. It's relevant to know that sometimes when you choose nice, it doesn't come with a price tag. Being nice sometimes mean avoiding to obvious joke. Like for instance, I'm me and if chosen with this speech to be nice at an institution like this, I'm choosing not to reference on back in any way step. Thank you. In fact, I'm so nice. I'm not even going to mention my actual aunt, Becky, for fear it is simple to just close to the fire and let me be real. Removing these jokes is a bit of a sacrifice, but dare I say, prioritizing your emotional intelligence over your logical intelligence can at times feel like a compromise, but it doesn't pay off. You were right to pay off. Not it was not to the best choice of words of this particular. I'm not I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. And you know what? I should have led with that. I'm by no means perfect. I'm also not telling you what to do. I mean, my second child is the result of unprotected makeup. Taking a hot tub in the Hawaiian island. I am in no position to give advice, and to God I can do it. All I can do is share my experience with you. My husband always say, if you see someone who has what you want, ask them how they could. Unfortunately, Beyonce has yet to reply to my email, so I don't have to all the answer yet. But she will, like, don't worry, she's definitely going to. So I'm pretty sure I say this because if there is anything about my life that seems even slightly aspirational, hopefully some of this will be helpful to you. And if not, feel free to slowly pull the flash hiding in your underwear out and just have it. I'm not your mom. You know you know what I mean. It's if it's not hurting anyone. Great, get your. And you know what? Maybe share some with your neighbor. Know the tricky things about finding someone who has what you want is it. You also have to know what you want, right? So that seems simple enough, but it's actually very hard because our brain are arrogant assholes. The brain thinks it's running the show, but the heart is secretly pulling string. It's very true. Our brain are the king Jeffrey of our bodies, and our heart are the granite trial, right? Very true. We think we know what we want, but we often have no idea what we need, and because of that, we often approach life with on goals, and we end up finding our real purpose along the way. When I left New York and I came to LA, I had the singular goals of becoming the lead on a TV show. I had gained some experience in New York, being a knife with obsessive exact pot and river maintenance. I choose perfect. I'm ready for Los Angeles. Surely I will be embraced immediately. So I hop on a plane, arrive in the land where the streets are soaked in sunshine and self channel residue. I had the confidence of an observant freshman at a frat party. I was like, here I'm, and I began the process of auditioning, which is really just a condensed way to say driving back and forth to Santa Monica in rush hour traffic. But the feedback that I received was that I was always either too young, too old, too cute, too plain, too smart, too ditzy. It was a Goldilocks where every casting director and I just could night it, and eventually I started booking some co-star and guest star roles, but my confided let me, and I would to go to bed negotiating with the universe. I would say, okay, if could just book the lead on CIS and CIS Miami, I promise I will decrease my carbon footprint by at least 6 in the next calendar years. So clearly, I know absolutely nothing about the measure of carbon. I find it almost as confusing as the concept of the Magna Carta. But then it happened. I was cast on Veronica Mars, which was my first show, and everything I ever watched was in front of me. I was earning a real paycheck. I was the lead of a TV show. I owed the universe all my carbon, but once we start shooting, something very unexpected happened to me. Well, two unexpected things. The first was Ryan Hansen who played Dick Casablanca, his hair. It was the exact almost to occur to one point shot of surfer blonde boy. It was like the kind that gave you PTSD from walking alone day. Then a speech that you're just like who it was thriving, and I loved it. The second was that despite the recognition of my dream, I was happy like at all. My arrogant little asshole brain could not comprehend what was happening. I was like, how was this possible? This is what I want and what I needed, right? And yet I had it all, and I was lonelier than I had ever been. And it was until the boy with the surfer high invited me to his birthday party after hours upset or from work that everything changed. He was just inviting me to his birthday party. He was inviting me to his life party, to his community, and I finally felt at home, and I met some of the best friends that I still have to this day. It in retrospect, I know it was the role I was looking for. It was paycheck or a titular character. What I really needed was friendship. So I want to stress to you with your trip, they will keep you alive. I am also pretty sure that what Beyonce would say. Speaking of pillar of American entertainment, it is now the portion of the morning where I remind everyone that life is 15 shades of gray. I have to assume I'm the first speaker in an academic institution that has referenced the book 15 Shades of Grey, but we have already established that I dropped out of college. I have no right to be here. So this is where we arrived. I don't know what you want me to do in my life. There was only one concept that I have determined. It's that everything is gray. Every person, every question, every tragedy, every victory, they have nuance. Pay attention to the nuance. You all in this room, I feel like know that better than anyone. You know it in your bones because you devoted your time to building stories, building people. It's what you do. You are people architect. You read a script and you construct a working breathing human from the grown up. When we create character, we are encouraged to make them the three-dimensional right, and acting two-dimensional character. They are at the less boring and at the most extreme irresponsible. We're told to embrace completed character. We are told that you can accurately play a villain until you find on thing about him that you love. On my favorite produce has a poster of over his desk that read what does the feline one, because in art we recognize all characters start with an empathic motivation on stake. We prioritize listening because we know the livelihood of the show release on it. We are good remembering this thing when we make art, but in our daily life we tend to forget we when we shift from the stage to reality, none seem to get lost in the shuffle in real life. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.